My sister's boyfriend beat her up and sent her to the hospital, but my husband said she deserved it. When the hospital called at 2 a.m., my hands were shaking so bad I could barely hold the phone. My little sister's voice was small and broken through the receiver. He dislocated my shoulder, she whispered, and my finger, it's bent the wrong way. I could hear the machines beeping behind her, nurses talking in hushed tones about x-rays and police reports. I shook my husband awake, already grabbing my keys, but when I told him what happened, he just rolled over and pulled the blanket higher. She probably pushed him too far, he mumbled into his pillow. Some women don't know when to shut up. The words hit me like ice water, but I didn't have time to process them. My sister needed me. At the hospital, her face was swollen beyond recognition, purple fingerprints wrapped around her throat like a necklace. The boyfriend had beaten her over unwashed dishes. She'd worked a double shift and forgot to run the dishwasher. That's all it took. My parents were filing police reports while I held her good hand, both of us crying. When I got home at sunrise, my husband was making coffee like nothing happened. "How's the drama queen?" he asked without looking up. I told him about her injuries, showed him the photos the nurse took for evidence. He studied them carefully, then shrugged. Bet she won't forget the dishes again. My blood turned cold. She could have died, I said. He threw her down the stairs. "Maybe next time she'll listen better," he replied, stirring his coffee. "Your parents baby her too much. Real world has consequences." That's when I noticed things I'd ignored before. How he'd squeeze my wrist when I interrupted him. How he'd accidentally elbow me if I took too long getting ready. The way he'd practice that same grip on my throat during what he called joking around. I started sleeping on the couch, claiming back pain. Started documenting everything. The comments about my sister continued daily. Has she learned her lesson yet? Maybe her next boyfriend will train her better. Each word made my skin crawl, but I kept recording, kept pretending everything was normal. My sister moved back with my parents, flinching whenever anyone moved too fast. Her ex was charged with assault. My husband followed the case obsessively, printing articles about it. "Look," he'd say over dinner, "his lawyer says she provoked him. See? I told you." 3 weeks later, I found his notebook, hidden in his car, filled with detailed notes about the case. But not just articles, strategies. If provoked, claim emotional distress. Delete texts immediately. Bruises on arms easier to explain than face. My heart hammered as I read his study guide for getting away with domestic violence. I photocopied everything and got out while he was at work. Stayed with my parents, filed for divorce, gave the notebook to my sister's prosecutor. But he was too smart to threaten me directly. Instead, he called my employer, my friends, twisted stories about my mental health, my dangerous delusions. Last night, my sister knocked on my bedroom door at my parents' house. Her shoulder was still in a sling. "I'm scared," she whispered. "Your husband called me today." My blood froze. He said he understands why Kevin hit me. Said you're just like me. Said he's been patient, but everyone has limits. I checked my phone. 17 missed calls from him. The last voicemail was just breathing for 30 seconds. Then, "Your sister's boyfriend made one mistake. He got caught. I won't. My sister's staying in my room now." We pushed the dresser against the door. She's sleeping, but I'm watching the window. There's a car parked across the street that's been there for 3 hours. The engine is running. It looks exactly like my husband's car, but the license plate is different. He bought a new one yesterday.